Hello, everybody.
Hi, hi, hi.
I say that in a very, very high
Hello.
voice. Usually I don't
Did
speak
I?
high.
Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi. Here we are.
Today is Friday, the 3rd of April, and it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's the truth.
So,
T
I
T
just woke up
G
from
T G
a mini
I
nap.
F.
Yes, TGIF. What does TGIF mean?
Thank God it's Friday.
Usually we would say this when we'd be at work.
Yeah.
Now we're at home and it's like, thanks God it's Sunday.
Yeah. Every day's
Today's
Sunday.
Tuesday.
Exactly. But I think it's still it's still a special feeling.
It is. It's very. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Joanna just had a nap, so
Yeah, I'm sort of waking up. I'm like,
yeah.
it's a
It's
power
lovely.
nap. It was
I
literally
do that.
25 minutes long.
Perfect. You don't want it a minute longer. 25 minutes is perfect. A power nap, when you have a short nap for energy.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work for me. Who told me? Somebody said that with a power. Was it you who said? I can't remember. Someone said with a power nap, I should have a coffee, go to sleep
Yeah,
for 20 minutes, and wake up again. It was
that's what I
you.
do. Yeah. I do that most afternoons. But sometimes I don't sleep, but I will usually be listening to like a podcast or something, make a coffee or a tea, drink a bit of it, lie on a bed or a sofa or some object for around 15, 20 minutes, and then get up. And it works, usually.
Oh, hopefully, it happened to me because.
It's not nice when you just wake up, but in a few hours you feel more energetic. In the evening you feel much, much better, I find.
If you notice me a little bit more energetic at 7 o'clock, it's because of the work.
Perfect. Fingers crossed.
I don't sleep for that little. My power naps need to be an hour to an hour and 15. Sometimes an hour 30.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
in the
That's more
meantime,
than
we would like to know what is your name and what is the best place you have ever traveled to.
Right.
So referring to places like taking a holiday somewhere with an airplane or not, maybe a car to the next city.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yes, I am Hal, and I am from the UK, and I'm 26, and I'm in Bologna, and yeah, that's it. Shall I say the best place now? You introduce yourself, and then we can do that.
Okay, I'm Joanna. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. Both Hal and I are teachers at MAIS Bologna Mille. I'm not in the city center, so I'm more in the outskirts, in the countryside. And I don't know what else to say. What's the best place you've ever traveled to? Now you can answer.
Yeah, I delayed. Julia, hey. Oh, I really want to go to Istanbul. I really, really want to go. It's like I want to go this year, maybe. Hi, Julia. Again, probably Istanbul is one of the best places. Remember, one of plus plural because it's one from many. So one of the best places I've visited in my whole life. I can imagine. I would love to go to Istanbul, but the best place I have actually been. Hey, Sole. Hey, is probably Athens. I loved Athens. I went there when I was 17, 18.
What did you love about it? What did you love about it?
I loved it was very lively. There was lots going on, people on the streets. I don't know, it felt very kind of open and energetic and yeah, and also the food. I love Greek food. So
our teacher or our colleague Sophia is half Greek and she lived in Athens her whole life, basically.
Wow, okay. I didn't know I knew that, but I didn't know she had lived or grew up there. I didn't know that.
I don't know if she directly grew up there, but I know she spent a lot of time there. So
Okay.
maybe when she had finished school or during university, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But she's half Greek.
Mhm.
I haven't been to Istanbul except for the airport.
Mhm.
And I've never been to Greece either. So I
This is great.
The
Also, maybe
problem is,
New York. Sorry, I'm just being greedy now.
I'm going to New York as well.
Yeah.
What did you do there?
I have a friend there. Well, I had two friends there now, but one of them is back. But yeah, I went to visit twice actually, some friends in New York, and it was so much fun. The flights weren't that expensive either from the
Really?
UK.
How much from the UK? How much did it roughly cost?
It was like 300 return, 250, 300 pounds.
Oh.
Norwegian Air, I remember.
Norwegian Air. I'm googling this.
I
Norwegian
mean,
Air.
God knows what has happened to flights now or how expensive they will be. But yes, Solly also, New York.
Mm.
Yeah, but
I've never been there either. The problem with coming from South Africa, you have access maybe to different African countries, but you
Sure.
don't necessarily want to go to all of them.
Sure.
Maybe you have access, not all the time. Maybe you just have access to the 3 that are bordering the country.
Okay.
But to go to like New York, Australia, or even Athens from South Africa,
Yeah.
you have to pay an arm and a leg.
Right.
And you usually, even if you want to pay the arm and a leg, they usually don't give you the visa.
Okay. So it's a real operation to make it happen. Yeah.
And the visa usually, even if it's just a tourist visa, is a lot, usually more than the flight itself. And
Really?
and they often want to see how much money do you have in your bank.
Wow.
Or you have to have a certain amount of money in your bank to get a visa, even if it's just a tourist for 3 months or 2 weeks.
God, I hadn't even thought of that, which is very closed-minded of me. Would it be difficult vice versa? So if to get a tourist
To go
visa
there?
to Africa, yeah.
No. So European countries get a visa on arrival, a visa of 3 months on arrival, stamped on the passport.
Wow.
But I'm sure getting a South African visa to stay longer than 3 months also works. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy I have dual citizenship, so I can go back and forth.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was my next question. How do you...
Dual citizenship. I can thank my mama for that.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that.
So we have Soleh. She says she agrees with you, New York and Alsace. Where is Alsace?
Is it in Spain, Sole? I think it's in Spanish. Hi, Francesco, as well.
Hello, Francesco. Please let us know. And what's the best place you've ever traveled to? So was it a holiday? Let us know in the comment section. Joanna, can you write actually? To pay an arm and a leg.
Right.
Yeah, or you could also say to give an arm and a leg.
Or it costs, right? So you pay, or the thing costs. None of the other.
Yeah. It just means that something that you need or want is really, really expensive.
Crazy expensive.
All right. So keep commenting. Let us know. I think the best place I've ever traveled to, and it's not a lot of places yet. I think I really, really enjoyed Lebanon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that would be. No. But I want to.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's when you go at first, it's a little bit off-putting in a way because in the main capital or in the capital Beirut, it's very dirty.
Yeah.
Like in the street, and the way that people drive, it's absolute chaos.
Okay.
I'm very scared there. But the history is beautiful, and the people. Oh my word! I think I've seen the most gorgeous women and gorgeous men I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to go to Beirut or Lebanon. Also, the food, I love that. I love Lebanese.
The food was amazing. When you go out of Beirut and you go to Byblos, which is on the ocean, I think, or the sea, It's a different type of experience because Byblos is one of the oldest cities in the world. So they try to preserve like the natural ruins and the culture
Wow.
in that. It's something different. I'd love to go again.
Great, next holiday. Done.
And it's not expensive.
It's not expensive. Sorted. Francesco, in my heart has a big important. Oh, no. Oh, Alsace. Okay, yes, as in Alsace-Lorraine, or whatever you call it. Lorraine. Oh, can't do the accent. Yeah. The bit between Germany and France, exactly.
Okay.
Francesco, in my heart has a big important San Francisco. Okay. What would we say? In my heart,
And no,
San
we would say,
Francisco is very important.
or San Francisco has or
An
is
important place in my heart. An
yeah.
important place in my heart. Yeah.
San
In my
Francisco.
heart. Yeah.
I'm gonna rewrite it. San Francisco. It has an important place.
Right. To have a place in someone's heart. Or, but cool, lovely. Julia, you've also been to the Grand Canyon. Incredible. I'm jealous.
You need to tell us all about these places you've been to.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let us get started with our wonderful focus activity. So, today we are, of course, focusing on traveling. Hence the question.
Hence the question.
Would you like to read?
Sure thing. In this focus activity, talking about traveling, language for different types of trips, using the past perfect continuous and boat idioms.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Wanderlust. How often do you travel within your country or abroad? Do you travel for business or pleasure? And what would be your ideal trip? So for this slide over here, guys, you can start answering the questions as well.
Maybe put 1, 2, or 3. Oh, Sergio, hi. Hi, Sergio. I've been to north of France 2 years ago, and I visited lots of beautiful cities like Lille, Amiens. I really like these cities during winter. Nice. Be careful, Sergio. Great answer. Because you said 2 years ago, you're talking about a specific time in the past. So we would probably say, I went to the north of France 2 years ago. Okay. If we use the present perfect, we're talking in general, and we don't give a specific time. But because you said here 2 years ago, we want to just use the past simple because we're referring to a specific time in the past. Okay. But awesome. Lovely.
You have a nice pronunciation of the French places. Can you say this one, the second one with the A?
No, because I kind of made it up. It's not true. The second one I think is Amiens. I think.
I like it so much. I don't
speak French either, but I think that's how you pronounce that.
Okay.
We can all dream. Maybe we should talk about, you're welcome, Sergio, wanderlust, first of all. It's such a nice word, wanderlust.
Would you like to explain to them what it means, wanderlust?
Lust is desire for something, a very physical desire. And wonder here is with an A. It's not wonder as in, oh, I wonder, I think, or imagine. It's wonder with an A, which means to kind of travel in a non-direct way. So wanderlust is the desire to travel, the desire to travel. And it's a noun, so you have wanderlust. I think, is that how we say it? I have wanderlust. It sounds very poetic anyway, but that's what it is. The desire to travel.
Oh, to desire to travel. The desire.
The desire to desire, yeah. So guys, let us know. You can maybe just put 1 for the first question if that's what you're answering, or 2 or 3. How often, why do you travel, and what would be your ideal trip?
What about you? How often do you travel?
Probably in a year, usually like 2 trips somewhere. But
to major trips like abroad.
yeah, usually, probably, or in Europe. But I'm trying to fly less at the moment, or at least I'm thinking about that, because of the environment. I'm not joking.
You're not the first person to tell me that. Somebody
Yeah.
told me they so I know somebody who also comes from the UK that lives in Italy, and he said that he would go home for the Christmas period, but he didn't want to fly, so he was looking for any route, either a bus or a train.
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 When I came to Bologna in September, I took the train from London.
How long?
It took, let me think, I left London King's Cross at 2 p.m. on Sunday, and I got to Bologna at something like 8 in the morning on the Monday. And I had to change at Paris, and then you change in Milan, and then you get to Bologna. And like, okay, maybe I can't do that every time, but it was really nice. And I booked like way in advance, as we say, in advance. And it cost, it was under 100 euros, let's say. Can't remember exactly.
It's not bad for having
exactly. One, two, three different chains. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I think now I know that I can go to the UK with a train.
It's fun.
Francesco says, in general, I used to travel for business from Italy, Napoli to Germany, Frankfurt, generally every month. In this period, I miss traveling, so I miss these travels. Okay. Yeah,
we would probably use the gerund, wouldn't we? I miss traveling.
I miss traveling. So miss would be with the gerund. Would you like to read the next one?
Sure thing. Gianluca, I traveling often within my country, and when I can save enough money, I go abroad. Nice. One thing, the first verb, you're just talking about something you do often, you do it. It's just the present simple. No, I travel often.
Remember that often is your adverb of frequency. It shows up more than once. And when something happens more than once, always present simple.
Present simple, exactly.
Sole says, I used to travel very often. At the moment, I'm trying to find someone to travel with.
Nice.
I prefer to travel. Remember, don't forget the verb, to travel abroad.
Nice.
Awesome. So it says, I travel for pleasure. My ideal trip is the road trip through the US.
I would love that as well. But I can't drive. So I want to go on a road trip in the US, but I can't drive. So
you can pay someone to drive you.
Yeah. But I think I would feel guilty. I think you have to share the driving.
Probably. Well, it's just a straight road. Yeah. I'm sure all you need to do is put gas, like your foot on the gas.
That sounds so scary, mate. That sounds really scary. Yeah.
We could try. Would you like to read that one?
Sure thing. Hi, I'm Martina from Bologna. Hello again. Hi. Now I work, so it's not easy to travel for me, but I think that I usually travel every 4 to 5 months. I travel for pleasure, and my ideal trip would be visiting a European city. Cool. Be careful. This is a very tiny thing. Otherwise it's so lovely, Marty. Thank you. But European, the sound is yeah, European. So usually we write a European city, not an. Because even though it starts with an E, so you're right, it's a vowel, the sound when we hear it is yeah. So it sounds like a consonant, a Y. So a European city.
Excellent. She also continues to say,
or maybe I'd like to go to the mountains. Cool.
Thank you so much, Martina. Cool. Julia says, I've traveled a lot in my life thanks to my family. My parents are addicted to travels. Should we say addicted to traveling?
Yes, addicted to, and then because you're talking in general, use the ing, yeah.
Yes, because in this case, which is, I don't want to get into the grammar of it, this would be the gerund as the noun.
Right, exactly.
So they passed on this passion. Awesome. Nice. I'm so glad that you had that experience.
Wonderland.
When you
from Wonderland. Huh?
Yeah, they probably. When you take your 2 trips, do you travel for business or for pleasure?
No, for pleasure. The weird thing was that last year I traveled to Italy lots because I was trying to decide where to move. So I came to Bologna twice last year, and I went to Naples, and that was it. I mean, that's enough. It was very nice.
That is enough. I mean, there are a lot of beautiful cities.
Yeah.
When everything goes back to normal, you can take some day trips with us
I really want to
to
do that.
different cities.
I'd love that. That's exactly what I want to do. Shall I read? I travel abroad in winter or summer, usually during the holiday. I travel in Italy to have a short trip, like 1 weekend trip. Okay, nice. You can call it a long weekend if it's like Friday to Sunday, you take a long weekend. And also, if you're specifically visiting a city, you can call it a city break, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's probably what I do most. If you go to a city for 2-3 days, it's a city break. Yeah.
For example, both Hal and I live in Bologna. If we decide to take the weekend or even a longer weekend and we decide to go to, I don't know, Venice to go and explore, that would be the city break because we're going from one major city to another major city.
Exactly.
What would be your ideal trip? I feel like I'm having a full-blown interview with you.
You tell me. You do number 3.
I don't have an. I do have one, but I want to get to know you, Hal. What would be your ideal trip?
I don't know. I mean, a road trip across America would be really fun. But it's not like my ideal because what I like to do is just go to a city, one city, for a few days, maybe 4 days, and kind of just chill out. Or I have to say, I haven't done this in ages. I just love going to like a beach, like quite a tacky, cheap beach with like a hotel near it, and just sit on the beach and swim, and it's just and read.
And go to the hotel when you're tired of the beach.
Lie down. I love that. I haven't done that in a long time.
You said a lot of new vocabulary, which I really like. The first one you said was tacky.
Tacky.
Please explain
tacky. It's difficult. Okay, tacky usually makes me think that something cheap and something of low quality. That's it. Cheap and low quality.
Exactly.
So,
Hal wants to go to a low quality, cheap hotel. Okay for him. Because he's going to be on the beach all day.
Yeah, when you put it like that, exactly.
You also need to chill out, which is very colloquial. And it just means to relax. So it's a phrasal verb that says he wants to go to the beach and relax.
Chill out. Exactly. But you, yeah? A tacky beach?
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you a question. If you could go to any city straight after quarantine, which one would you be most interested in going to?
In Italy, I'm gonna actually. I should choose one that I haven't been to, right? But I would love to go to Naples again ASAP because I just loved it. It was great.
I haven't been there yet. It's beautiful. It's a lot of history. So if you go, let me know.
Oh, let's go. Or also, I really want to go to Turin. So
Turin is the home of Fiat, I think. The car.
If there's anyone watching in Turin, you can. Yeah, I think you're right? But I'd really like to go there, but maybe not in the summer. I don't know. It's not beach.
No, you want to go there like in autumn.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I want to put a pair of Wellington boots and then go there.
Yeah, like wrap up.
An umbrella.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. Please tell me you have the same thing with me. I explained this to my boyfriend. He doesn't understand. That I want to go to each individual city in Italy in a certain period, like a certain season.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. Yeah. I mean, you guys watching as well, I definitely associate certain places with certain seasons.
Like, I really wanted to go to Milan in December for Christmas. I wanted to be there in the Christmas period. I didn't get a chance to go, but that's where I'd like to go.
No, you're right.
maybe, I don't know, Florence as well. I'd like to go when it's less populated by tourists.
Yeah.
So maybe autumn.
Yeah. But also just the mood of some cities is nice. Like New York, for example, I went once in like June, July, and it was horrible. It was so hot and it was just overwhelming. But then I went again in around this time of year, March, a bit earlier, and it was New York in the spring is just like a breath of fresh air. It's just gorgeous. So like you're right, it depends on the kind of atmosphere as well, I think, the mood of the place.
A breath of fresh air. I'm writing down everything. I'm like the scribe in the court.
Oh, and like, for example, Edinburgh, I associate Edinburgh with like Christmas. I don't know why. It's a very cozy city in Scotland.
I can imagine it's the same, like majority of the German cities, except for maybe Berlin, I will associate with the Christmas period full on.
Right.
Yeah. A breath of fresh air. Please explain.
I used it quite literally here, didn't I? Because I meant the air is very nice to breathe in New York in the spring. But more generally, if something is a breath of fresh air, it's something that is very refreshing. It gives you lots of energy. It's very new and yeah.
Maybe exciting as well.
And it's exciting, yeah, like breath of fresh air. Like it's a nice change.
To explain people. For example, you have a new colleague that's just joined. You would say that person is a breath of fresh air because you're new to the team. You don't know anything about them, and now you want to know, like me with help. That's why.
And then you ask them loads of questions on YouTube. Exactly. You can describe a person as well.
Julia says, "Hal, you're right. I've never been to Naples. I'd like to go there so much.
Right.
It will be one of my next steps for sure." She agrees.
Good, go. It's great. I'd like to go to Naples too. Yes, Marty, or in the south of Italy in general. Yeah, because I visited a lot of northern Italian cities. Exactly. Me too.
Sergio says, "I'd like to visit LA and the Hollywood studios. I'm fond of cinema."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, we have a colleague that comes from Los Angeles, Monique.
Yeah, I always find it she's from like Hollywood, right? I find it amazing.
She's from Hollywood.
Yeah.
The way she explains LA for me is amazing because she describes it and you can visually see it. The way she does it, she'll explain the cuisine, the people, just the atmosphere in general. She also sent me a postcard, but it's not on my fridge. It's in my cupboard.
I wonder if you still visit like the old Hollywood studios, like the lots where they used to, the sets and stuff.
I think you do. I think it's part of the Hollywood Studios tour.
That would be so cool.
You need to ask Monique. Maybe she knows better.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe she can get us in.
Maybe she's got some connections. She did used to work for like a radio show, so maybe. Okay. So yes, guys, keep commenting. Let us know, when do you usually travel and how often? In the meantime, we've got another one, Francesco. Obviously, I totally agree with Marty and Julia. I'm editing from Naples. What do you mean you're editing from Naples?
I'm writing from Naples.
Oh.
I guess. I don't know. You tell us. Editing? If you just mean I'm writing from Naples, I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't tell me in any of the comments that he's from Naples. So maybe you're writing from Naples. Let us know, Francesco. What's your travel style? You want to read them one by one?
Sure. Shall I do red?
Yeah.
Luxury spa.
Hitchhiking.
Charter plane.
Backpacking.
Stay with the known.
Aimless wanderer.
Overplanner.
Fly solo.
Group tours.
Eat local fare. So we have some new styles and maybe some new vocabulary. Does anybody know what it means to hitchhike. The verb to hitchhike. What does it mean? I can guarantee you this, to do this in my country. No.
Is it
If you want to
is
stay
it
alive,
legal?
it's not illegal.
Okay.
It's absolutely dangerous.
Yeah, okay.
Do it if you want. You probably will never have anyone help you because we don't stop for hitchhikers. And two, if someone does, it's not going to end up good for you.
Right. Yeah.
My honest opinion.
No.
There are some
people don't really do it in the UK anymore, I have to say. It's very rare.
Very old style to do that.
Yeah.
Like maybe in the hippie area.
Right.
So yes, guys, let us know, what does it mean to hitchhike? I might give you a clue. Follow my arrow.
In the hippie area, if anyone's seen the newest, did you see the newest Tarantino film? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's great, and there's some hitchhiking. Is a clue. Solly has a question. Should we talk about that one? If anyone, while we do that, if you know hitchhike, please write it. What is an aimless wanderer?
I'll answer this one.
Great.
So it's very similar to what Hal was saying early on when someone is wanderlust. Okay. So an aimless wanderer is someone who doesn't have a plan. Someone who will take a trip without planning, walk around the streets, wander about, look at the monuments, and then when he's finished, maybe he will go back to the hotel, he or she, or they'll just continue walking again. You don't have any plans. You just sort of marvel in the beauty of everything. Do you agree?
Yeah, exactly. If you think about the adjective aimless, Solly, an aim here as in objective. So what's your aim? But here less. So you don't have an aim. You don't have an objective. So like Joanna said, you're wandering around with no plan, with no objective. Exactly.
Sergio says, exactly, like what they're doing in the picture.
Yeah, there she is. Looking kind of hippie.
She does, both of them. Solly says someone who travels using people's car.
Exactly. Have you ever done it?
Me?
Yeah, not in South Africa, but.
Oh, because I come from South Africa, I will never do that in another country.
Sure.
When in South Africa, you when you grow up, you sort of learn sort of the tricks of the trade of everything. When I walk around here in Italy, I have eyes on every side of my head. Here, wow. Also, fun trick, when I walk past any store, I will look in the side of the window, not because I'm looking what's in the store, but to see if someone's walking behind me.
Wow.
I'm not saying South Africa is so dangerous,
no,
but
that's so real. That's so real.
Wow. Certain places. What does it mean, guys, to stay with the known?
There's a pigeon at my window. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. To stay with the known. We were talking about this one, and we think it's a bit unusual. So if you guys don't know, then don't worry. I mean, don't ever worry if you don't know. It's good if you don't know, but. Yeah.
This one, I don't know if we say stay with the known, but it's good to explain. So think of when you were a child, okay? And your mom and dad used to take you every summer to the beach, to the same exact place, to the same exact holiday house. That's what it means to stay with the known. You stay with something because, one, you know it, you're very used to it, and two, it's comfortable.
Exactly. Like I used to go every single summer to the Welsh coast with my family. And now actually, in terms of ideal trip, I have in my head, I really want to go back to that place, to that village with the beach, with like loads of friends and just have a big party and go kind of crazy. I don't know why. It's
the village?
called Aberdyfi or Aberdyfi in Welsh. Aberdyfi.
Abu Dhabi.
It's a little village on the west coast of Wales.
Do you speak Welsh?
No, God, no. I don't understand a word of it. But it's a very nice little village. Julia gave us a definition. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because she first asked us, what is an over planner?
And nailed it. Perfect. Someone who organizes every detail. Exactly. I once went on holiday with a friend to Berlin, and when we arrived, it turned out she had printed, I don't know why, this was 2011, 12. So I guess we had smartphones. I don't remember. But she had gone into like the Guardian like travel pages and just printed a whole folder of information about traveling in Berlin and had them all with her printed out. It was awful. I made her throw them away. I know, but we put them in the bin.
Yes, because that sometimes it's really difficult to travel with.
Yeah.
It's not the life out of it. It's good to know facts about the place that you're going.
Some basics, yeah.
Yeah, like I find it interesting sort of to read up on the knowledge of the place before you go, so that you can maybe appreciate the things a little bit more. But I wouldn't necessarily do that. Sounds like my mom.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
My mom is German, so I think that's typical from German people as well.
Well, she's half Dutch, so interesting.
Could be.
Could be. Francesco, I like to, you can see that one. I like to travel alone. In this way, I can know better local traditions and attitudes. If we consider the styles in the chart, what is the style most appropriate? There is one of the styles in here, Francesco, that describes traveling alone. And maybe you can pick it out.
I'm trying to imitate it. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm going to be a bird.
To fly solo. To travel alone.
Usually when you travel alone, it's easier to maybe come in contact with someone who will end up telling you the history about the entire country or city.
Traveling alone, actually.
Julia actually says something about what I said. She said to stay with the known is someone who doesn't like to going out or like to go out of their comfort zone. Exactly.
Right.
So you stay with something you're comfortable with. Martina.
I usually travel alone too because it is difficult to arrange with my friends. If I had to wait for them, I would never go anywhere. Yes, exactly. If you go on you sometimes have to wait for ages for people to get dressed, go to the toilet, pack their bags.
Yes, anyways.
Like by the time you leave a hotel when you're on holiday with a group of friends, you've but you've all spent like hours, and deciding is much more difficult. I'm a big fan of the solo trip, guys, or just a small trip with maybe one or two other people. It's much more.
When I lived in Germany, and just the first year that I moved to Italy, I was by myself 24/7, 365 for 2 years. I really didn't make friends in that period, and because I was working, it was really lonely. But aside from that, everything I did, traveling to different cities, places, I was a fly solo type of girl.
There we go. I like that. Wait, was that in Italy or in Germany? Sorry, when you first in Germany. Okay. Interesting.
Julia says, I think that many special experiences arrive spontaneously. You can't plan a special experience unless maybe it's like an engagement or a wedding or.
No, but when you're traveling, you have to be kind of I agree, relaxed.
When it's planned. Oh, Martina, Julia says something to you. She said, I would like to fly solo a lot, but I need to find the courage.
Yeah.
Well, I cross my fingers. My hopes for you for 2020 is that you find that courage to travel by yourself.
Is there any other vocabulary here, guys, on this slide that is confusing? I think maybe eat local fare. because it's a very unusual noun, fare here. It just means eat local produce, local products, local food. And we eat that often.
Oh, Julia asked about backpacking. Backpacking is where you take like a backpack or a bag, and you just go from country to country. You have a lot of European backpackers. Usually the people that you see that are doing random, playing music in the streets or juggling or something, they are also backpackers. So maybe they start in Amsterdam and then work their way up all the way down to Portugal, going through all the countries only with a backpack, a bag. And remember, guys, that a charter plane, just in case you don't know, is a plane especially for you.
Right. So if anyone here has a private plane and that's their travel style, let us know, and then can we borrow it, please?
Yes, can we call you up?
Yes. And yeah, eat local fare, like we said, products or food would be a synonym of fare here. It's not that common.
All right, we have boat idioms.
Yes.
I like these actually, because when you say them and you explain them, it somehow doesn't even have anything to do without the word, some of them.
Wait, how do you mean? Oh, I see. It's just that it's almost completely detached from the literal meaning.
Yeah. Idiomatic expression, like the sentence means something else, and you're like, what? How are they even connected?
Right. Dead metaphors. Shall I read Blue?
Yes.
Jump ship.
Up a creek without a paddle.
Whatever floats your boat.
Ships in the night.
In the same boat.
When your ship comes in.
I also have to say that actually I do use all of these quite a lot, I think. Almost all of them. You know how sometimes if you see a list of idioms, you're like, what? I don't ever say these. But these guys, yes, I do.
One that I don't really use that much, which maybe I should, because I think now it happens a lot with me living in Europe, is ships in the night. I would never use it, but the third one, whatever floats your boat, I use that a lot.
Yes.
Sometimes I change it. Maybe I'll be like, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
Or
whatever tickles your fancy.
That's what I use as well.
Yeah.
It's always difficult explaining that to my boyfriend. He's Italian. It's like, what? I don't understand.
Yes, Julia, like Interrail, as in backpackers might be on Interrail. They might use Interrail to travel, right? To get around.
Yeah. So, to jump ship. I like to explain this in a very weird way. Okay. So, everybody has watched the Titanic, or they know the story about the Titanic. Okay. So the Titanic is going, it's going down, it's sinking. Everyone who left the ship from the top and ended up in the water alive or on a boat jumped ship.
Yeah.
I always use it. So literally they jumped off because the Titanic is literally what I'm trying to explain. To jump ship is to leave a difficult or bad situation.
Yeah, and get out of it, exactly.
I mean, if that wasn't a bad or difficult situation, I don't know.
No, good. I'm impressed just because it's like such a literal. It is a literal ship. Yeah.
Yes.
To jump ship.
Good explanation. So to jump ship is the expression to leave or to remove yourself from a difficult situation.
Yeah. And often it's like so for example, if you're working in a business and it's losing loads of money and you jump ship, you move to maybe another business that's similar. So you leave the difficult situation to join something similar but better.
Yeah. Or you try to liquidate all your assets or something to get the money back and then company.
Right, exactly.
To liquidate. Just wanted to put that there.
Hi, Francesco. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Francesco. This is,
Um,
thank you, Joanna. Your example was emblematic.
Emblematic.
Thank you. I'm glad I could help.
Up a creek without a paddle. Okay. In an extremely difficult situation with no help, with nothing to help you. A creek is a very narrow river, very narrow river. A paddle is this that you use on a boat. So if you are up a creek without a paddle, you are stuck in a difficult situation and there's nothing you can use to help you to get out of it.
So if you look at that picture that's on the boat idioms, that's
Right.
what he's trying to explain. To be in a creek, a narrow place, river, without having the red and black thing, without having anything that can help you move. So you'd be stuck there.
Exactly.
There's also a really good movie if you guys want to watch. It's called Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a funny movie, Without a Paddle.
Yeah, it's a comedy, right? Without a paddle.
Yeah. This one, whatever floats your boat, it just basically means whatever makes you happy. So if you want to do something and Hal and I say to you, whatever floats your boat, or whatever helps you sleep at night, or
whatever tickles your fancy,
do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. Usually we're saying, it's not maybe for us, but whatever makes you happy, you do it. Have fun.
I feel like
Enjoy.
sometimes we say it in more like a sarcastic, facetious type of way. Do it.
Yeah.
See what happens, sort of.
Yeah, or maybe we're saying that it's a bit weird. Like we're like, well, okay, whatever floats your boat. Like if that makes you happy, fine. It's not for me, but that's okay. Yeah, exactly.
Ships in the night.
Ships in the night. I've got an example for this actually, because at the moment I live in an apartment where usually, not at the moment, but usually the owner comes and works here in an office during the day. I'm usually out during the day. So we are usually like ships in the night. That is, if you think about two ships on the ocean, on the sea at night, they might pass each other. What am I doing like this? Okay. But they don't see each other. They never interact. So yeah. Or if you, I don't know, try and call someone and they don't answer, and then they call you and you miss their call, you miss each other like ships in the night. There's no connection.
Exactly. How would I put that? You miss someone.
Yeah, there's no interaction between you and another person usually. Yeah, really nice phrase.
And another way we use that, for example, you're in a different country and you meet someone for one time, one time only, but life will never bring you guys back into each other's paths or into each other's lives so you are two ships in a night. You passed once and that was it.
That was it. Yeah, that's true also. And it's also kind of a coincidence, right? Sometimes.
In the same boat. This one is easy. This is exactly the same in Italian. It's to be in the same bad situation as another person.
You hear it a lot these days, though. In
Yeah.
Italian and English, we all say it at the moment. We're all in the same boat. Exactly.
We wouldn't say it in a positive light. For example, I wouldn't say we're in the same boat if we've just gotten a job. No. Exactly. Like, I'm in my boat, you're in your boat. Like, go away.
Yeah, like there's some difficulty that we're going through together.
And last but not least,
when your ship comes in.
This
one I don't use that much, but I think, you correct me if I'm wrong, I think it means like when you kind of get a reward for something, or you've worked, right, and you get something good.
It's usually referring to success or money.
Yeah.
But it can also be referring to a person. I know that a lot of people use it. For example, you are a guy and you really like this woman,
Mm-hmm.
but at the moment the timing is not right.
Mm-hmm.
But one day when your ship comes in, so
Right.
when the woman's single again, you could try.
So it's a good opportunity to do something, or
So
you
when you're-
finally get something that you want. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
When your opportunity arrives, usually success or money. Success, love, and money.
And on that beautiful note, success, love, and money, we have to go, right?
We wish you a wonderful, wonderful Friday and a great weekend. If you guys have any questions for grammar, go to MySOS, our Facebook page, and we're more than happy to help you. Bye, guys, and thank you for interacting.
Bye bye bye.